Hi guys, welcome to another video on unconventional designs. How are you guys doing? Um, it's been a while though. Just been busy on a couple of stuffs. So today we'll be talking about creating dynamic input fields that would help your designs and your design process faster than you can ever think or imagine. Sorry. So um, today I'll be talking about creating input fields, error, error states, inactive and active states on Figma. So let's see something like that already that I created. So um, away from that, this is what we simply have for now that we'll be going through today to see, and we'll be having all of these guys as an instance. Sorry, as an instance, and also we'll be having several states for each of the um, input types that we will be creating, and this will really help you in a way that you wouldn't have to like create input fields over and over, and you would just have like a simple component for every type of input state that you would need for your project. Um, if you in my last video, if you're following from my last video spoke about creating buttons that are dynamic, just like we have here. Creating dynamic buttons, just like we have here. Buttons, you have small buttons, you have big buttons, and we have all of that. So if you would like to um, have, if you would like to learn about this, you can always check out my last video. The link will be directly up there. You can click it and follow up with what we've learned in the other video. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how I was able to add all of these guys as inputs, and I'll be showing you that this guy can be changed. Every component of this guy can be changed. We can directly say we want to change this guy to a password, and we can also change the input text here to the placeholder text to enter password, and it changes, and we can remove this guy from being an error state to maybe a type state or an active state. Also we can bring in our shoe icon, or our show icon rather, sorry, that was like a typo. Our show icon, so it shows that this guy is um, a password link. Also I can also come here and show you that we can also have input fields that we can also make as drop downs and all of that. So currently here, what we're going to do here is also we have the material designs on type of input fields, which is this guy that has this label on top. I'll be teaching you how I was able to create that. So we can have it as error state, this guy, and we can also have this guy as an active state, and we can also have it as the typing state or whatever it is. Then we can input fields and also change this guy to a proper. We can also change that again to a proper image swap and have and or a padlock sign. All right, so without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it. So today I would be creating I'll be recreating all of these guys again, to show you how all of this were created. So I'll be picking one of these guys as a sample, which is what I'll be using. So let me detach it. So it's free from every component you're thinking. So let me move this guy out. So I'll be showing you how 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 um how slick you can do that. So currently, I already have my input fields. All my input fields are like here. So let me detach all of them from being a component. So I'll show you how that was created. So we'll be following this same process that we had before, which is the how to create component for design system. So let me just bring this guy directly on that, so we can have this guy stated. Let me even bring it out instead of making it being inside here. So what I'll be doing now is I need a profile icon, and let me get I've been needing a padlock for now. Let's just get a couple of yeah. So I'm using icon E as my uh, as my what I call it now, as my unlock button. So this guy is 16 currently, so I'll make it 16. Yep, so we're good. So let me change the color of the user place with that text. So yep, place with that text. Place with that text, yeah. So I think I might need a drop down. Yeah, I might need a drop down. So arrow down 16. And what else? I think I might need I button. Oh, okay, I'm not sure I have I button for this icon, but I think I have an I button somewhere. So let me change this guy to this one. Yeah. So yeah, I think I might need this guy too, and I might need this guy too. So I'm just showing you how I was able to like come up with all of these guys. So this guy's on 16. So I'm detaching it as from being on the normal icon to all of this. So these are the shapes I'll need for now. So changing this guy to also a placeholder text. So placeholder text. Yeah. So if you are imagine how I'm able to get all of this my color selections for me, it's just I created a design system for myself that helps me get all of these guys. So I already have my um, stroke, my background colors, my over time using different projects, and I've been able to publish them directly to my design files. So any design file I open, I have this guy directly on my palette. All right. So away from that, we have this guy. So creating an input feed, we all know that we are definitely going to have a label. So the first guy here is creating a label. Let me go to touch this thing. So first guy we have here is a label. So we're putting the guy in a frame, we're creating a label. So let's label it as that's even the first frame. So I'm putting it in an auto layout so that when I type anything, it expands. So you get that's why it's an auto layout frame. So I'll literally this one as label, more like header label or input label or something like that. Let's give it input label. Then this guy is our text placeholder. So let me copy this and copy and make it text placeholder. All right. So next thing we're going to do is this is our frame, but this is our input frame. Let me call it input frame. Yep, input frame. So next thing we're going to do is using the auto layout, which is the first thing, auto layout. So you just click on Shift A, or you come here to click this guy here. So we automatically have an auto layout label. So The next thing we are doing is adding an icon into this guy. So we're putting we're having an icon inside, and we're giving an auto layout. Then the space between them shouldn't be more than an 8. Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is the space between this our card, this our frame, this input frame, and the text should be 16. So that's one. And also, because well, this guy is going to be really dynamic, so I'm creating all of these guys as an input. So I'll have to carry this my eye icon inside also, and see how we can work with that to have a fantastic approach for this guy. So this is be centered, and this also should be centered. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is now I I know you guys will be wondering why we're having a profile icon and a password icon. Yeah, it's because this input to be dynamic, so we are going to be able to turn it off and turn it on at the same time. That's why. So next thing we're going to do now is so we're having this guy as an input here, and I'll save this guy as an input. So let me just carry this text out. I think it works better this way. So I'll just drop it in the frame and it works. So yeah, so that's going to be out. So I'll be labeling this frame as danger or error state, error error state. Yeah, so the text is I think error message. Yep. So the error message should also have a red color. So what I'm looking for is red. Oh, second video. So we good. So automatically this guy is in an auto layout. So we're putting this guy is in an auto layout. So that's fine. So I think for now, I think we already have a very simple um, outline or an input field. So don't worry about these guys. We can only swap them out anytime. So now what I'm going to do is I think we also need the active state of these guys. So what we're going to do is change this color of this guy, this stroke of this guy to a let's just pick a random color. Let's pick this color. So that's like maybe the color of the brand and all of that. So that's an active state. So that's when it's been clicked. Then I'm making this guy component. I'm making this guy also a component. I'm making this guy also a component, and I'm making this guy also a component. This guy also a component, and this guy also a component, and this guy also a component. Maybe not sure. I think yeah, this guy, no, not that guy can be swapped. So now the guys are component. So what we just do here is creating a component actually here. Yes, so that's one bit. So I think also we should make this guy a combined variant. So what I'll be doing here now is first I'm creating a layer for this guy, which is making a layer. So for this panel, I'm creating property, component property, this text property. We already created variant, so let's component property for this guy. So I'll just come to this layer part and show the name. It's telling me that should I show input label, and what I have here is true. If I say false, it's not going to show. If I say true, it's going to show. So here is input label. I don't want to give it show input label, so I'll call it input label true for this guy. So the same thing I showed for this guy is what I'm going to use for this input label for this other ones too. Same property is going to go for all of them. Then that's gone. So also for this guy, so on this guy layer, I'm creating another. So it's telling me that show text placeholder. Yes, I want it to show text placeholder on this guy every time. So it's going to show text placeholder, and it's also going to show text placeholder for this guy, and also going to show a text placeholder for this guy every time. Then moving on to this icon. So here we have the icon. So it's telling me that I should create a swap icon instance, but we can also apply a Boolean property to it also, and we can also create icon swap instance. So creating icon swap instance, we can have instance which is icon. I can say placeholder icon, placeholder icon. Then I can come here and choose instances that I want. So for now, whatever you can change with is this guy, the value, or let's say profile. Then we can have all of these guys do, but it's on profile for now, so we can create a Boolean property. So that's that. Then here we can also create property that says for a particular guy, show true or show false. For some inputs, maybe when you are already typing, you don't have to show, so you can create the same property for it. So that works. Also for this guy, you can also have creating icon swap instance. The same thing. I think we should just use, but I don't want to use the same property as the placeholder icon. So I'm creating a properties which is called I password icon. Password. I don't want to say password, but I want to say right icon, because we can also have a drop down on the right for an input field. So we have some input fields that drop down. Maybe you want to select a state or something. So for now, it shows. Yeah, it's called, I think whatever is there is called show. So create property. Then here too, I'm going to use the same. Let me see states. So show profile label. I'm thinking we should, yeah. So it's going to, for here, I don't want it to show here, so it's not going to show. So it's going to be right icon. So I don't want it to show for this guy, so it's turned off. So also for this label, it's turned off. So yeah, so we can turn it off or turn it on anyhow, anytime we want. So I can use right icon 2 for this guy, so, and also right icon for this guy. Then I think the same thing goes to this guy too. We can use right icon for this guy, and also right icon 2 for this guy. So it remains this error label message. This error label message, also we can come to our layers and create this guy for it. So what I'm going to do is we're creating a property for it. Yeah, so I want it to be true on this guy, and the reason why I want it to be true is that show error state when all of these guys are like this. Then I think our stroke also should be a secondary red color, so we have all of these guys here out here. So if we select this guy out now and maybe look for so we have a canvas here, so that can show what we already created. Maybe a simple sign up form. Now let me just create a simple sign up form. Sign up, and then use up a bold, and then create the text like 24 and all of that. So we just have this guy here. So first thing we have here is all of these guys, and also I think we left something out. We can also make this guy. We can also create. How do I put it now? We can also create the content in it. We can create content and tell it the value to be this text, and name. We have placeholder text, placeholder. Placeholder. So we're creating also this guy. So I'm creating a property for it. So text So having input label, input text, label text. So we're creating a property. So now that same property applies to this guy. Input text, then input text. This is a Boolean property. It's not really a big deal, it's just a Boolean property. So also I think this guy also should have the same thing. So I'm creating a property for it which is error message text. Message text. So I'm creating that property too. Then this guy also should be, yeah, it's just an error message, so error message remains the same. So here now, when we select all of these guys, we see how many inputs we have. So if I decide that now, see the property, these are the properties. Let me rename this header frame to, let's say, inactive. So let me call the property inactive. Let me see this first frame, so I'm calling it inactive input. That's one. Then this guy is the active input. Then this guy is the error state input. Error state input. So what I'll just do here is I can either select an error state or an active state, all of that. And for now we have our input label. I can either turn it off or turn it on. And also my text placeholder, I can either turn it off or turn it on. And also I can change my icons. I can either change this guy to an unlock, and also even I can still show my icon here, and I can turn it off again, and I can change this guy. I can turn this guy off and turn it on back, and I can still make it show, and I can revamp this guy back to my profile, or revamp this guy back to a, let me look for a drop down icon here. So I can come here and take this guy back to a, oh, that's what placeholder. Now I want to show icon. So right icons, funny, on the right icon I can change this guy back to a drop down and remove the show profile icon and change this guy to text. Can you see that? Then I can come here, my placeholder, maybe I want to just be select state of origin or something, select state. Then here the label will just be country or state. See all the state. Can you see that? So you can use a dynamic icon or a dynamic input field for all of your projects. And let's say we're changing this guy back to a normal sign up. So we're using, let's say, email address. Email address is the name of this guy. So here now, what we do is we want to show our profile icon, which is the icon beside the placeholder icon. So we select on placeholder icon, we look for our email, kind of or profile username, whatever. Then if you also have, let me search for an email icon so that we can iron that out. So let me check for an email icon. Email message. Yeah, I think there's a message icon here. So let me give it a size, required size 16, and the placeholder color we were using before. So placeholder text. So I'll just make a component, and automatically it's been added to the row. So if I just come here and search for whatever I'm looking for, message, so I have this guy. So then what I can use here is I can just change this guy to enter email address. enter email address. Bam, we're good. She gets that's really clear. And we just come here and turn off this guy and turn off our right icon because it's email. She gets so the same thing. You can also just copy this guy and maybe change this guy to an an active state or maybe an inactive state and change all of these guys to, let's say, change this guy to a password, to enter password, and yeah, you can change this guy to a password, or let's say create password. Let's say sign up page. So create password. Then our maybe our error state can also be functional here. Maybe let me turn off this guy. Then because of um maybe pass a message across to the person creating a password, we'll say, okay, let me look for that caution, and maybe we'll have to change the color of this guy to maybe one of the colors we're using before for the error state, or let's just still use the placeholder icon, placeholder color text. So that'll be like placeholder. Okay, then whatever we're going to add here is going to be a text that we can change. So error message, you can change error message to password must have to a pretty placeholder text color, so placeholder, or you can change the entire color here to a maybe a blue, or the brownish blue, so we're using the blue. So this guy, this placeholder to automatically be blue. So that's not it though. We now stroke. Yeah, but the text there would still be its normal placeholder text. Yep. So that's really let's have on 2021 space. Yeah, cool. So that's almost have at least a symbol. And that at least a symbol. I don't know. That's Figma autocorrect. Yeah, so this is how you can then dynamically change all of those guys and have a very suiting input, which is yeah, we can come here to change it. So we can come here to change it to a placeholder icon, and the text here we can come here to change it and say text placeholder changes to enter password. So I think that is how easy it is to create all of these guys. So pretty much creating this guy, you can have it in active states, error states, or anything. Maybe now you started entering the email. Maybe let's say example at xyz.com, and it's not correct. Let's say email can be found, something like that. Email can be found, email not found. So get something like that. So it works, and it's really nice. So it gives you all of the definite things you need, and you can still revert it back to your active state. You get so pretty much you can write about active state, and you can have all of these guys in active state, and you can just keep enjoying and enjoying and enjoying. So this is the regular input field that we did. So the other one that I would like to teach you how to create is, I wonder if you guys have ever wondered how this kind of input is being created. This Google input label is being created. This material design input field, which has this label. So I'll be teaching you how that that can be created. So let's get started. So I think I'll be using one of these guys again, or let me just create it again from scratch. So let me just detach one of these guys from components. I think I've been able to detach all of them from components, but so that's why it's not showing. So first of all, let me first one good thing. This will be different from this guy because we are trying to create a simple input field for the material design thing. So this guy is just going to be like this. Or I can still use this guy that I used to. It's just going to be kind of like different, but it's fine. All right, so um, I'm trying to see if I can detach this guy from. I'll still make a component though, but I'm just trying to see if I can bypass that page of it. So we're bringing this guy back in, and I think we have some of these guys I'm not showing. How many is that? 2K? No, it's one. All right, so the first input field for material design is you type inside the like it doesn't carry a label on top. The label is the placeholder. Then the second one is the label stays on top of it. How do I mean? Yeah, so the label stays on top of it, just like these guys. I'll bring these guys first. Just like these guys. See, the label stays in front of it. See this label. Label stays in front of it. So what I'm going to do now is this is a frame and this is also a frame. And we currently have um auto layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a fill and automatically you won't be able to see what is beneath this guy anymore, even if it's on a white frame. So now let's give this entire um, design an auto layout. So I know you say that it has moved away from where it's supposed to be, but I'm going to give this guy an absolute position. So giving it an absolute position allows me to carry it wherever I want to carry it. So immediately we shall have these guys aligned. So one thing about this guy is that when you have a label icon like this, the placeholder icon goes off. That's for material designs. So the placeholder icon goes off. So it goes back to its normal position, just like we have for these guys. Now, this is what we now have. So um, then we can also create error state. So the error state for material design is like this. The icon stays here and the text, the error message stays here. So this is going to be almost the same thing as we did before by just carrying this error state guy here. I'm putting the guy here. Well, I'll be giving it, let me give it a simple space, just let's say it. Alright, but we're not going to be having this guy here, so I'm deleting it. Alright, so the next thing we should do is now that we have this guy here, let me see if this guy is in the middle. Yeah, I think he's in the middle now. So yeah, it's in the middle now. So that's label. So this guy is correctly is not in an auto layout, so I'm trying to give it that auto layout vibe. What we're going to do is we're creating a frame first to use the auto layout. We create a frame, then give that frame an auto layout so that when we have our text in it, we cannot have our label. That is how auto layout works. So what's the size of the label? Label is 14. I think this guy is also 14. So we can now bring all of them back in one position and have our text together on one page. So we come here inside this frame and give this guy an absolute position. and we have this guy today. So we're trying to yeah. So this is perfect, and next thing I'm doing, I'm putting this guy also in this frame, so they all have absolute positioning, and that's fantastic. So the only thing we just need to do now is change the um, place without text color. And you know the way we did these guys that we made them components and Autolayout. If you really need to know more about components, you can check my last video. The link will be directly here on the screen. So that yeah. So I'll just copy. Yeah. So the right icon is here, and the right icon is here. So even the placeholder text should also work. So there's a text placeholder. Then this guy, I think this guy should have that label, input label. Then the only thing we're now creating separately is this error text message. So we're creating a property for it. So for an error message, it should show error state, error message, error state message. Error message. So now maybe for this guy, and I also want to say right icon property and right icon property, right icon property. Yep. So um, this guy is how all of these guys have been created. So we can duplicate the screen here, yeah, and remove all of this guy here, and have our this is text placeholder. This is text placeholder. So one thing is the first frame is I said input frame. It's not supposed to be called input frame. It's supposed to be called inactive. Inactive. And this guy is supposed to be called. Let me change this stroke to the red stroke. This is for error message. Then this guy is supposed to be called the active. So it's supposed to have a stroke of let's say that blue color again. Then this guy is supposed to be called the active. Then this guy is supposed to be called the error message. So error message itself, error feed, error state. Yep. So we good. Yeah. So then the label should be in red. That's how um, material design does. So now we can now come here and drop our input field. The input text. Where's itself? Yeah, we have our input field here. So cool. So what we can do here is we can swap between error states and active states. So if I say now that I need your maybe email address, can you see that it remains on that spot? Like this guy is an auto layout and it remains on that page. Also, if you want to learn about grid lines, I already have a video for that, how to use a grid line to make your work perfect like this. So this guy, if I say password, it will rearrange itself to password, giving the same padding that we had. Let's say create password, create password, create password. Can you see that? Then we have all of these guys. Then we can come here and change them. So that's input label. You can come here and change it. So let's say input password, input password, input password, or wherever you want it to be, input password, or enter the password by itself. And also we can come here and change these guys to error states, whereby we turn on this guy and we can switch the error states icons by ourselves and say the password is wrong. Every very password like this. We can say password incorrect password, something like that. Incorrect password. So it's just about how you kind of like want to interact with your guys. Yes, so we're creating a new field here, which is this guy. So we're changing all of these error states. Let's say an active state. So maybe it might be just an active state. So maybe the other guy we need to add is supposed to be enter email address. So this guy is meant to be a no, I was supposed to change it for now. That's not my right icon. Oh my god. No. Sorry about that. Message here. So we can come here and give an auto layout and also have the guy in here and rearrange them. Yep. So we can say currently we don't want this guy. We don't want this right icon turn off. Then you can see we already have an example dot xyz example at xyz.com as one of the listings. Then maybe the person is not trying to enter their password and it's not going through. So we just tell them that no, I'm not sure your password is correct. Using so you can dynamically have using creating just this set of input fields. You can play around with your designs and you'll be so good and happy. And you can also make this guy active and say, okay, what's the text here? Create password. So it's supposed to be create password. It's supposed to be um, email address. So that's when it's active email address. So it's just like that, and everything works, and it looks like really cool and all of that. So it's just the way it is, and we we just play around. And if you want a button that matches, this is like our I think our last week's design. So let's borrow a button from there, our last week's design. So we can borrow a button from them and say okay, just borrow a button from them. And still we can still have the simple you can change the colors here to the blue here currently using and you can have a shooting let's say sign up. Let's say a shooting sign up field and it looks really good and nice. So let me 48 difference. Let me 48. Yep. So that's just also thing this can work, and you can always play around it and have a good time around creating this. So what we have is creating an auto layout, add your icons to this as a normal text, create a component, variant of that component, instances, text property, and boolean properties. So you can always change all of these guys. If you need to know more about all of this, because I just had to brush through it without, because we already had a video that talks about Boolean properties and all of that. So we're just using the same approach here to talk about our input field the way we did for buttons. So the same way we have for buttons is the same way we have for input fields. You just need to play around it and get more familiar with it. And if you really need to learn more about this stuff, or you have more topics that you would like me to go over or make a video about, you can drop them in the comment section. And also I'm trying to create a WhatsApp or a Telegram group in which creating a community for my subscribers, and so that we can share ideas and you guys can tell me your concerns and we can always work around the concerns and create videos around them so that everybody learns from it and become one of the best designers in the world. So having said that, this will be the end of the video, and I hope you've been able to learn something nice today, and something exciting that you can try out on your own, and also really good approach to creating your own design system little by little, and you can get it out there. You know what I'm saying? So really, if you are interested in joining the community, I'll be dropping a link to the WhatsApp group chat, and also probably a Telegram group chat. I'm still thinking about that though. But for now, we already have a WhatsApp group. If you would like to join and get be the first to get our new videos, and also you will be able to have a first hand chat with me, and maybe book some sections to talk about some of your problems or some of the issues you're facing as regard design on Figma, and we can always talk about that in our subsequent videos. Yeah. Having said that, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. So thank you for being part of my 2022. Actually, it's really been a big one for me. So thank you guys. See you in my next video.